An evening left two brothers walking down the fairway of hole number 1 towards their shots not more than an arm's length away from each other. It is pleasant outside. Deserted surroundings, the sound of the palm leaves brushing up against one another after the wind gently whispers hello. The bags were dropped, and they were left standing there, analyzing their next moves. I am one of the brothers, and it was then that I could see it. His expression. I could have misinterpreted it for something more than it was, but I would like to believe not. At that moment, I felt like I could truly see into the future. I saw the same scenario. The two of us, playing a game together like we always did when we were young. Of course, I was thinking in the mind of an older man whom life has already tested. After that 10 seconds, which can only be described in a longer period of time than the actual event, I looked up at him. I realized that we could possibly have been thinking the same thing, but I doubt that was the case. Distracted, I hurriedly swing. The ball came up short of the green and into the sand. Another metaphor to a life of expectations. Similar events to this one led me to my belief. I believe in brotherhood. By now it is safe to say that in some way or another my brother has always been there for me. Sometimes it was voluntary, other times there was not a choice. However you look at it, it's almost like we are connected in a way that forces us to experience life together. The important events that present themselves both annually or spontaneously on any given day. Through these experiences, we have built a bond that I believe is stronger than any friendship. It is a bond that only brothers are allowed to have. Life signs a permission slip only to us. Maintaining this bond through dramatic or discouraging events is the first rule of brotherhood. Of course, any friendship or brotherhood is bound to live with arguments, simple disagreements that can turn into violence. But with a brotherhood, and the brotherhood that I share with my twin, the violence is not meant, but it is there. I would never intentionally inflict permanent pain towards my brother. I'm not saying, however, that we have never fought, because we have. Nevertheless, these fights have been silly games, and not one of those games were played to draw blood. Although we will not admit this fact while the other one is in the room or around to hear it, I can guarantee that it is the truth. This is the second rule of a brotherhood. The next rule of brotherhood, while it may be the most imminent, is also the most difficult to understand. Life is a card game. There is absolutely no way to accurately predict what cards the future will deal to you. However, unlike a card game, you are forced to play, and you are forced to finish the game. There is no avoiding it, and it is the heart that pumps blood to the body and lungs of the third rule of a brotherhood. Try to win the next hand after your brother's chips have run out. I can imagine that this requires the most physical and mental effort to endure. Although the other member of the brotherhood will not physically be able to witness that this rule is followed, it is the fourth rule of a brotherhood to follow it. This uplifting thought makes me wonder once more about my brotherhood. I had just hit my shot into the sand. By this time we are up next to the green, and my brother is on the green in what we call legitimate birdie range. We are playing a game. In every brotherhood there is competition. Of course, I would like to win. I step into the sand and approach the ball. Without distractions this time, I begin my swing. And seconds later, my ball is traveling in the direction of the hole. I jump in excitement as it creeps 2 feet from the desired target. It has a chance, and it lips out. Another metaphor to a life of expectations.